Hello and welcome to another episode of Origin Spotlight. As always, I am your host, B Zelda, they, them, and today I am joined by the human who is most often behind the camera,
Behind a counter.
or the ghostly verse. I mean, you could be behind a counter. I have no way of knowing. But what I do know is that you're here, and I cannot wait to hear about what you have to talk about, Adam.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm usually the guy pushing the buttons in the back, but here I am in
Making
front of the
sure
camera to
everything's
talk.
working.
Yeah. So I'm doing double duty here, behind the scenes and in front. Uh, just here to talk about the Origins GDEX app, the new and improved Origins app. So the first thing for everybody to know is if you had the Origins app last year, you need to download the new one this year for the show. We have a new app. It is fancy schmancy and has cool new features that are going to be really
Mhm.
awesome. Still
How
a lot
can
of the same
folks tell the
functionality.
difference then?
Yeah, so they
Sorry.
want to look for the one that's Origins and GDEX, not just the Origins Game Fair. You search for Origins Game Fair, and you will find both. Um, it should be the first one that comes up on your search, but you want the Origins and GDEX one. You'll know from the little icon, you can see the O icon that has the little blue dragon, that's Lumi. Um, she's there on the app as opposed to the one that just has the O on it.
Perfect. That is a
So,
good distinction. It came up second for me.
okay,
But looking for Lumi, our little dragon friend, within the Origins logo was the perfect tell.
great.
So make sure you look for our little dragon friend.
Yeah. She's our
Is it
GDEX
the dragon or the cat?
mascot
Okay,
with
yeah.
Crit. Yeah.
Oh,
GDEX
yeah,
mascot,
Crichton Lumi. Perfect.
Origins mascot. Yeah, back and forth. So
All right, so we have the app. What is
yes,
next?
yeah. So you get the app. Make sure you've got your tabletop account. Make sure you've got your badge. You want to register with the email that your tabletop events account is with, so it will be able to
Okay.
track that that is you, and it is supposed to, though we haven't finished all the testing on this yet, but it should import your uh, registered events. So whatever registered events you have should go into your schedule right here into the app automatically. If you don't see those, you can always go in and favorite them. We'll go into that as we go through everything here. But what we're looking at here, this is the main page that you come into once you put in your information. In your account, I'm just going to click on that real quick. There's mine. I don't have any major stuff, just my name and my work email there. So that's perfectly fine for me to pull up. So you can set your time zone. You can also hide your identity in the app on
Ooh,
there.
that is
And
really considerate. I like
yeah,
that.
so we're not. We don't have a whole lot of interactivity features on here, but there are a couple that are going to come up. And if you've got your identity hidden, then those will be kind of disabled for you, and there won't be interaction on
Yeah.
those. So if you click on our little drop down menu button up there, the little three lines. um, Rachel Arnton calls it the hamburger. Pop over there and you can
Yes.
get our
When I
whole
worked in tech
list of
support,
features.
everyone
Yeah,
called it that.
yeah. So you can see we've got a couple of our main ones: events, exhibitors, venue map on there. And we'll go through all of those. One thing that we'll be getting into later in the show is Origins TV, with your lovely picture there, right next to your co-host Stephen Bonacore, the pod father of gaming.
I love it.
Because you guys are going to be, I know you know, but everyone else might know that B and Steven are going to be our hosts for Origins TV this year, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. Couple other things I guess I should mention up here. If you click that bell notification, that's where all your notifications are found. You can turn on or off push
Oh,
notifications in the app, but you can check in there. We're going to be sending updates out. We can send updates out by badge type. So you might, if you're a VIG, you might get special info and updates. If you're an exhibitor, you might get different updates than if you're a standard attendee. If you've got a Friday badge, you might get an update for something that someone who only has a Saturday badge might not get. Those sorts of things
mhm.
are how you're going to be keeping an eye out for what's going on, and then we can just hit back
That's very
again.
intuitive. So having
Yeah,
that push notification turned on will be essential for the weekend because you don't want to miss anything. There's going to be so much going on. And I think that feature is like it's very, very useful. It's easy to kind of know what you have scheduled, but get so caught up in the moment that you forget it. turn your vibrator on. You'll feel it in your pocket. Then you know, like, let's check that and see what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So in here, you'll see our Origins and GDEX agendas. So you can take a look at your list. So you can go in here, and this will be our events list. If you want to register for new events, you can click
Yeah.
here to register for events. You tap on that, that'll take you
Oh,
straight to TTE. So tabletop.events, our page there where you can register new events. So if you're like looking at an event, you find out something on Origins TV, or your buddy at the convention says, hey, there's this awesome thing, sign up, we still have spots available. You can go right there in the app, click on it, go in, you're all
so
set.
convenient.
Uh, yeah, but if you're just looking for other events, you want to sort of explore, you can explore the events right here in the app. So you can sort through
Ooh.
by all the different types in here. I'm not going to pull through all of them, but you can search through there. It does take a little bit to load some of these, and we are still loading events in there.
Oh my goodness.
My connection is a little laggy right now because we are running we're running the stream and we're doing all of these things, so it's
You got a
taking a little
lot.
bit of extra time for me right now. I tested this earlier. It was faster than this, but it is taking its time. When I started the
Now
stream, I
that
checked
we're
it one more time,
live,
and yeah, exactly. Um,
well,
it's going to take its
that's to be
time on
expected,
all of
though.
this. So, um, but if
Well,
you
now
want to
let me
just get
ask you a
into your
couple of
own
questions.
agenda, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not even about the agenda. If we can just go back about with the events, do we have the same filter options? Let's say I chose social deduction. Can I choose many of the
Yep.
options that we looked at last week? Oh, that's
Yep. So
incredible.
they're all sorted by that. So am I
Oh, you
struggling
don't even
with?
have to show us because I'm worried
Yeah.
that like that
Oh, there
was
we go.
gonna take too long.
Yeah. No, it's perfectly fine. So yeah.
I'm just
So
happy to know
that shows
about
our
it.
agenda. We can go over to venue maps. So this is actually really cool. So we can go over to the exhibitor map. So we have that. I'm going to
Oh,
zoom.
that's nice.
Come on. There we go. Going to zoom in
I'm
on
going to
there.
be using
So we
this the
can,
whole time.
yeah, so you can zoom in really tight on the exhibitor list. And then the really cool thing is you can go here and you can double tap on a location and it'll tell you exactly who it is right there. So you
Oh
just double tap on
my
whatever number. So I
goodness.
just double tapped on 508. Oh, 508 is Elf Creek Games, and there's their logo. We don't have all the logos loaded. They're coming in. There's Pandasaurus Games, Wise Wizard Games, the Op right above 514, Seopoly. So yeah, so you can just search around whoever you want to find.
No idea how
Um,
incredibly useful that is. There's
so
been so many times I'll go to a convention, I'll pass a lot of vendors and booths that I'm like, okay, I want to look at you. I want to look at you. I remember the area. I kind of know your number, but I leave and I want to remember what they were called. I can just open up the app, figure out, okay, so I saw this person. I'm going to click on that one. Okay, so it was probably Pandasaurus Rex. And like, I think that's fantastic. That is an incredible tool that I think a lot of people will be taking advantage of this year.
yeah, it's really exciting the way that we've got the interactivity set up on all of these, and then we've got our gaming hall set up as well. So this is all our different gaming hall vendors,
Ooh,
our
color
spotlight tables. So
coded.
these are all our spotlight tables. Look for B at the spotlight tables. They're going to be uh, doing all kinds of demos over there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
participating in the demos, not running demos, but
No,
for
but I
Origins
will. My
Origins
body will
TV.
be there.
Yeah, Paint and
Well, I
Take,
ask lots of questions. Oh my gosh, this is
a big
really, really
open
nice.
gaming area with the board game library. That I should mention and remind everybody that the board game library is accessible for all badge holders now, except for the card game, the limited, some of those limited
Correct.
badges. But if you bought a standard show badge or a VIG badge, no matter what days you bought it for, if you bought it for Friday, you have access to the board game library on Friday when you're allowed into the hall with your badge, and so that's now included. You don't have to pay the extra $20 for the ribbon. So perfect
So
time if you haven't
nice.
been over to the library to check it out. It's amazing. Uh, I checked it out at um, the other event because Buckeye Game Fest runs their own convention. I was at their convention with
Cool.
their board game library there, so it's a great collection of games. So it's really cool. If you're looking for an event and you're not sure where things are, we've got all of our pod rooms labeled and mapped out here as well. So,
Oh, that's so
you've got a
smart.
seminar, you want to know where that is. Oh, okay, here's all the War College seminars. They're in A211. GDEC seminars are in A220. You can go over here. Member guest, there's the Origins author alcove. A110. The VIG lounge is A114. Mega games. If you're looking for Wise Wizard, we've got all of our partners there set up. The Origins Film Festival on B144. So you can just go through here, find all the awesome locations for all the different things. If you're wondering what each room is, the blood drive, if you want to help save some lives
Mhm.
while you're having your fun time gaming as well,
That's a
that would
real
be
thing. The Red
amazing.
Cross shows up?
Yeah, we partner with the Red Cross. They show up for a blood
I had
drive.
no idea.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, and then we've got the Hyatt gaming rooms. So if you've got most of this is role playing over here. Our family room is also there for if you've got part of your family isn't as heavy into the gaming. There's a little space over there for the hangouts as well.
Nice.
Young kids and that sort of thing to have some fun. Um,
Hmm.
that sort of thing. So yeah, there's some cool setups in there, and then the locations, it'll jump straight to there. So, um, oh, whoops, I just went into settings instead of going to cancel. But yeah, just it pulls you up the map so that you can locate what you need to do there. And now I need to get out of here. Um,
Well,
and
that's
now,
really, really smart though. Um,
why is
Having
this?
access to a map like that just again, it just means everybody has
Okay.
access to everything that they want to look at. No more wandering around hoping you'll find that one vendor that you've been looking for, or wandering around like, I think I know where my game is supposed to be. But when I looked at that map, I walked a little bit and then I got lost. Never again. That's not going to be a problem. Y'all make sure you download this app, the Origins Game Fair app. It is going to be the one with the Origins logo and our little dragon friend, and all of your very minimal convention problems will be solved.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had a little hiccup on my tablet. It was my own my own thing. I screwed something up and now I'm uh, reloading real quick. This was not
Oh, you're
a hiccup with
golden.
the app itself. This was my uh, little screw up there. Just so everybody
Hmm.
knows, it's my tablet being finicky, not uh, the app itself being an issue. So yeah, so that covers our venue map. So exhibitors, if you instead of like looking at the hall, if you're in the hall and you want to know who an exhibitor is, you can go to the map. Or if you say, hey, I want to definitely make sure that
Oh
I
my
hit up
gosh.
an exhibitor and I don't know where they are, you can go here to our exhibitor. You see the exhibitors list there. And then
Game
we've got our
changing.
sponsors first up here. And then that rolls down into our other exhibitors here, all alphabetical. So you can just kind of look through there. So let's say I want to find Arcane Wonders. So I can tap on Arcane Wonders,
Uh-huh.
and there's this View on Map button, little spot right there that I can tap. And that's going to open up the map again and give us the nice little pin mark
That's
right there to say,
awesome.
oh yeah, it's booth 500. So you know exactly where you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be. Uh, you can locate them specifically on things. So just a great little feature for finding whoever you need to locate. You can just go one at a time and mark down your locations for everything. We've got information on our special guests here. You scroll through, and then
Mm-hmm.
so it's alphabetical by last name. Um, and then you can pull up a guest. So say we want to see what's going on with Cat Rambo. What's going on with Cat Rambo at the show? Okay, well
Yeah.
here's their bio, and then also you can scroll through all of their tagged events. So
Oh, this
there's
is
all of Cat's seminars
so
that they're doing
good.
throughout the show, and then you can say you've got something that you're interested in. You can tap on
Oh my
it
goodness.
and you can then save that session or add it to your
Mm-hmm.
calendar. Now, adding things to the calendar in the app is not registering for the event. We want to make sure that that's like you can tag something in
Good
your calendar and say
distinction.
like, okay, I really want to go to this event, but you still have to go back and register for that if you're not registered for it yet. Now, there are situations, obviously, especially with seminars, where there's going to be open seating. There's going to be,
Hmm.
these are free events. There's seminars tend to have some extra spots. They don't all fill up, but if it's going to be a big deal, a lot of our special guest events, those do fill up. So cats events may get full. So if you want to do that, you should probably register for that event ahead of time. If you see an
Smart.
event, if you're looking through the app and you see Thrills and Chills Writing Horror, I really want to get in on that seminar. I definitely register for that because you don't know what's going to fill up. Some of those things are going to be uh, filling up
Oh gosh.
fast, and you want to make
A
sure that
good
you've got a
rule of
seat.
thumb would be for guests. If there's any guest events that are being held, those are probably going to fill up. So don't just put that in your calendar. You have to register.
Mm,
Again, make sure you are registered for the events. Putting it in your calendars does not confirm it. It doesn't count. It's just a gentle reminder for you.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. So then we've got our activity feed. This thing's really fun. So this is going to be the way that you can interact with all the event attendees at once all through the convention. This is sort of an internal
Ah,
communications board for the event proper. So you can post here into the group and, share interesting things, talk with your friends.
okay.
It just sort of broadcast cool stuff onto there. You take a fun selfie. We'll get to that in a second. Uh, Maybe you want to share it with everybody else. This is one of those features that if you want to hide yourself and not be involved in this, you can just go into your account, turn it off. You're out. You're not
That is an
involved with that.
option.
You're
Good.
you're not gonna get notifications on this. You're not gonna see anything
Hmm.
about this. You're just gonna not participate in that, and that's perfectly fine. This is a feature that we're offering to people, but we don't want to force people to be a part of it if they don't
That's
want to
very
be, if they don't
kind.
want to interact with that kind of stuff. But it's just sort of a fun thing that we thought would be a cool time to have on there, and we can moderate things as well on that feed. So
Well,
um,
before we get into the selfies of how to of that part, I just have some questions about the kind of content that people would probably want to share. Would it be like I'm sitting at a seminar, I think this is really cool, I'm going to take a little snapshot and be like, check out this amazing seminar by Cat Rambo? Or what are
yeah,
some other examples?
yeah. I mean, like I said, I think if you ran into a cool celebrity and you took a quick photo with them and you wanted to share that you met them, if you're playing an awesome game, if you just did a great demo for a new game that you haven't tried before, take a picture of it, share it on the activity feed, let everybody else know. If you're at a booth and they've got like an awesome giveaway going on or something else. This is a great way to just share fun things that you've found, that you've discovered that other people may not know about. That's a big deal. Just have
Yes.
some fun with it. Share a cool joke or that sort of thing if you want. Keep it clean, people. We are a family show.
Hmm.
We do
Hmm.
have moderation on here and we will use it. So, it's just like anything else on the show, but there's that activity feed is just a nice way to sort of share sort of cool discoveries and fun things about the show and just let people know what awesome stuff is going on. What thing have you discovered? Is there a great movie that you just watched at the film festival? You know,
We
let us
have to
know.
let everybody know.
Yeah, let
Yes.
us know
I look
because
forward to that.
yeah, yeah, it's just a fun way to keep people informed because, you know, we have the database of everything, we've received everything, but there's thousands of events at Origins every year. We can't even keep track of how many amazing things there are on all of our, any one person on our team can't know all the amazing things. So we want to know what you're really caring about. The other thing about that activity feed is if you tell us something that's really cool at the show that you really enjoyed or was really special, we want to know so that we can bring it back next year too. So we want to know that kind of stuff too. It's a great way
Ah,
to
I like
to
that.
give us more feedback on what you really liked about certain things. What are things that you want us to keep doing and bring back? So, um, and then you can also share your fun selfies. Now I have to adjust this a little bit. I have my uh, tablet here set up just on its side to get it a little bit bigger, but you can access the camera. I've already approved access to the camera. You can obviously choose not to participate in this and have the app not access your camera if you want, but we've
Oh,
got all kinds of fun little filters that you can set
nice.
up here. I'm going to scroll down. We can put Lumi on your head. Line up Lumi.
Oh my God, whoever set this up, smart. Oh no, I love this.
And you can give yourself some crit ears if
Oh
you
gosh, that's
want.
perfect.
So, yeah, it's just a fun thing. If you want to be in the Origins O, you can
Mhm.
set yourself up in there.
Amazing.
Just a really fun uh, little thing. Great way to share some fun things in there.
Oh my
And
gosh,
those
I'm
are
gonna
great
spam
things
our
to.
feed with selfies.
And those are just great. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just enjoy it. It's just a super fun way to share what you're enjoying at Origins and share
Mhm.
ideas and stuff. And then we've got a digital version of the site book here for you to access
Okay.
as well. So if you don't want to have to pull out your paper version, we're going to have our paper versions. Or if you don't want to get one at all, you can just have it here. It has all of the elements like FAQ, show policies in there, first timer advice. If you've got any of
Oh,
that
that's
now, you
nice.
can if you're watching this right now, you can tune into our Origin Spotlight with Rachel, who had all kinds of awesome advice, but we've got a little truncated
He
version of
answered
that
so many
here.
questions.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then that. So, yeah. So that gives you access to that. And you can download that if you want. Downloading it ahead of time is highly recommended.
It's probably a big PDF. It's got some nice art in there. That takes up space.
I am now realizing that I am. Okay. Now this may be a problem with my thing, but I'm going to actually check with the dev team on this because... Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So this was the thing that I wasn't sure
Mm.
about on stuff. So
Uh-huh.
it doesn't look like there's any way out of this setup, and I was trying to figure it out because this is really my first day exploring the app too.
Oh, you get to
So
learn with us.
yeah,
That's
so I get
nice.
to learn a little bit too. So, everybody, when you go into the PDFs, when you go into these things and you're not sure how to get out of it, you can just slide off to the side. So you put your
Ah.
finger on the left side, slide over to the right, and it'll pump out that little menu again, and you can pop over. We've got our surveys coming soon after the convention, and that sort of thing. We might send out some surveys to people to see what they think about it. All of those will be optional. You are not required to do anything, of course. And
Mm-hmm.
then we've got notes down here at the bottom too. So if you're in an awesome seminar and you want to learn cool things, if you just had an amazing game session and you want to make sure that next year you come back and have that same GM or run an
Mm-hmm.
event with them again, you had an amazing group, you can put all that information in there. It's a great place to sort of store that from year in to year out
Whoever
on all of those
designed this
things.
app is an absolute nerd, and they definitely play games because who else would think of a little note section in this? That's
Sure.
really useful.
I've done it at previous conventions myself. I've just opened up like my notes app on
Gotta
like my
write some
basic
stuff
notes app
down.
and just typed in stuff. And I do exactly that. I type in just like notes on GMs and notes on events and groups that I want to make sure that I've got that I look
Ah.
for again next year. And even, I've had one or two not great experiences with individuals and it's like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, this person, I'm just not gonna sign up for that person's events next time.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably perfectly fine people, perfectly fine GMs for other people, but sometimes you just don't click and it's like, okay, this is not my style of game, so I'm gonna
Totally.
play with a different game master next time because we'll all have a better experience, right? That table will have a better
Mm-hmm.
experience because they'll be getting what they want more, and I'll have a better experience because I'll be at a table that I'll be getting better experiences for me from. So,
I
so
like
yeah,
that. I foresee myself using the notes app to write as I go through the exhibitor hall to write down like the places I want to visit. Oh,
yeah,
when I have time, I'm just gonna put that. Okay, that one. I need
yeah.
to see that one.
Well, and you can do that with just your exhibitor list too. If you don't want to have to worry about taking
Is
notes, you can
that
just
what the
star.
stars were? I
Yep.
was wondering. Oh
So
my
you
gosh,
can just
yes.
tag, oh, I didn't have a chance to hit Catalyst Game Labs. I'm gonna make sure that I
Got
star
it.
them for later, and then
You
next
already
time
thought
I'm
about what I
scrolling
wanted
through
to
the app,
do.
it's like, oh yeah, oh, I gotta
Oh, I
hit Lucky
missed that
Duck.
one.
Gotta make sure that I hit them later because I don't have time right now. I gotta get to an event, but oh, Lucky Duck. Okay, tag him. Then
Oh
you
my
can go back
gosh.
through. So yeah, it's
Yeah, y'all have thought of everything. Everything that I, as a user at a convention, as somebody who is going there to have fun, experience new things, not get lost, and be able to figure out where I'm supposed to go, when I'm supposed to go. All of that is included in this app. It is going to make your experience just so smooth, and I can't wait.
it is. We are piloting this. You know, we're not 100% digital right now, but we're moving in a direction of going more and more digital. This app is a big move towards that. Not saying that we're not
Mm-hmm.
going to get rid of the physical site book, but the physical site book is more interactive than it used to be. And our special guest pages have QR codes that you can,
Whoa.
yeah, you can roll your camera over it, and that will take you to the tabletop.events search
Oh,
for
that's so
that special
smart.
guest events, and you can find
Uh-huh.
them there. So just another way to get to those events. We're trying to have a lot of redundancy so that people can find things the way that they want to find them and use things the way that they want to use them. Because gamers are a diverse group of people, and we want
Oh
to
my
make sure
gosh,
that
yeah. Some
we're
folks are absolutely more comfortable with the site book, and I totally get that. I do not want anything tangible, physical. I already have enough boxes and dice to carry. I don't want the site book. I love the art and all the work that goes into it, but I'm the target audience for an app like this and all the QR codes. So I'm half of that target demographic, and having both of those together, just it's excellent, and it makes it accessible for absolutely everybody.
yeah, absolutely. Well, we're really excited. Thanks. Yeah, we're really excited about it. I I say thanks, but like really, I wasn't on the dev team for this, as you can see by my discovery on a few things. But
Mm-hmm.
the next thing that we're talking about, I have been spearheading. This has been my thing, and that's the Origins TV. Yeah,
Yes.
which you and I have been working on together for a lot of this. And yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so we can start with right here in the app. Like I said, if you tap that banner, that's going to take you right here to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this right now, you know where Origins TV is going to be. It's going to be right here.
Mm-hmm. Make sure to
But
subscribe,
yeah, subscribe to the
hit the
Origins Game Fair channel.
notifications.
Yep, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to be streaming for hours and hours starting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, Thursday might be 2 to 8, and then then like noon to 8, and then noon to 4 for
It's a lot of
the rest of
content
the
for
show.
everyone.
It's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of content. So we're looking at this kind of like Olympic coverage. So B and Steven are going to be our main hosts for that. So we're going to open our show with you guys and letting people know what we're going to see. Um, and then we're going to just be going through with like little vignettes, little hits
Mm-hmm.
of different demos, different interviews with exhibitors, interviews with attendees, highlights of events, that sort of thing. If you're at the show, this is also value for you too, because we're going to be setting up monitors all through the concourse.
Yes.
So if you're not sure what to do, if you're hanging out, having a snack, or sitting on a bench chatting with your friends, like keep an eye out on what's going on Origins TV, because it's going to be guiding you to awesome events that are going on right now or going on in a little while, or hits
Mm-hmm.
on interesting things, cool things at the spotlight table. If you're not sure about what game to try at the spotlight table, that's you're going to know so many games after the
Oh my
show,
gosh,
so
so
many
many
new
you won't
games.
even know where to begin, but you're gonna want to play them all. And I'm excited to be able to show that to everybody. There's demos, like little reels. There's gonna be you're gonna be able to see all the content and learn a little bit about it. And it's
Yeah,
going to be marvelous.
it's going to be just really fun insight into the show, because I think a lot of people, you get into routines on conventions and you do things certain ways.
Yes, I'm
You know,
guilty of that.
Yeah, Cynthia and I talk about this a lot because Cynthia and I do conventions very, very differently. She does Origins, and she has a gaming group in the area, and they all get together and they like go to the boardroom and they go to hotel rooms and they hang out and they are just like playing their own games and just like enjoying the board gaming, enjoying the open gaming, enjoying all of that part of the convention experience, very free form convention going experience. They hit up the exhibit hall, and then like that's their origins. And mine before before both of us. I mean, obviously, we're both working the convention now, so we don't get to do that. But at
Hmm.
other conventions and at origins before we were here at big conventions, for me, I'm like I've got the schedule right. Like I've got everything filled
Oh
out. I've
gosh.
signed up for I signed up for 12, 15 events. Um, for a 4-day thing. It's just I'm just bouncing from
Mhm.
everywhere. I don't have time for you. I'm
You're
I'm running to
booked
this and
back
this.
to back. Yes.
Yeah, just booked everywhere, and both of those are great. And we've got both of those kinds of convention goers and everything in between covered with that
Hmm.
inclusivity. Because so many events are free or cheaper than they used to be because we aren't charging our fees for events anymore. Some uh, GMs are charging their fees that are covering their costs for running events, for materials, for
Hmm.
prize support, even. Um, right, for tournaments and that sort of thing. Or some GMs offer prize support even for non-tournament
Okay.
events. So you never know. So it is kind of worth it to try out some of those paid events because you get some real added benefit from buying into
Not only
those.
do you get to have fun, but you might win something.
Yeah.
I see no downsides.
Exactly. Well, and we're getting in on the game too with that this year with our charity event. Thanks to WizKids Games for donating a half dozen Tiamat
Yes.
miniatures. We call it a miniature, but it's
It's
as big as my
massive.
desk, right? Like 3 feet of Tiamat. But look for this if you haven't checked it out. It's an awesome event. We're going to be doing a charity event for you. Uh, Go in. There's pre-generated characters. You get a pre-generated character, and you get to fight Tiamat, and in a
Yes.
round robin as you get eliminated. And the person that deals the killing blow to Tiamat in each of the 6 events that we're running over the course of the convention, they go home with that Tiamat that
How cool
they
is
just
that?
slayed. Slayed? Is
Like
that it?
that is a
Slain? That
literal
was just slain.
trophy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you
The
can
monster that
literally
you've
put
defeated.
I defeated Tiamat right there.
That's something we could take a picture of and put in our activity feed. Talk about how you're gonna mount that on your wall. I feel
Yeah,
like that's better aesthetic than anything else you could put on the wall.
I agree. I agree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this
So many
summer I'm
things that
painting
are
up one for
going to
the
be
office. We
amazing. Look
so
forward to that too.
yeah, that's going to be it's a long process. I've been prepping paint and that sort of stuff. It takes time. Because, you got to do it right when you've got something that massive. You
Hmm.
don't get really second chances on that. Uh,
There's room for error, but not really.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and if you can't attend Origins, this is going to get you a great feel, little bits and pieces of that feel of the convention. We're going to be showing off the costume contest. Uh, we
Yes.
have we have a big announcement for the costume contest. Our slated MC, Monica Paprocki, she has due to health reasons, she was unable to attend or take part in the as MC. I believe she's still going to
Hmm.
be at the show, but she couldn't MC. But we have an amazing announcement. We've just set up this agreement with uh, Sage Ryan and Kaylee Bray. Pixel Circus is going to be at the convention, and they are going to be emceeing the costume contest for us. We're super excited to have them. I think they're going to be hanging out with you a little bit, maybe playing some games.
Yes. Oh,
Uh,
I hope so. They are the two coolest members of Pixel Circus, and no shade to the other cast, but they're the best. And to have them judge the costume contest, it's going to be, y'all have some really good judges to impress, and it's going to be so heckin' good. The two of them are so talented. Their cosplays are fantastic. And if you're unfamiliar with their works, you can check out probably just Pixel Circus online, and they are in most socials.
Yeah, yeah. I know Sage is very active. I know Sage from Smosh. She shows up on a lot of stuff
So
on
funny to me.
Smosh. That's just my my personal knowledge. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they've got amazing stuff. Pixel Circus is an awesome up and coming channel that's on the rise, and we're really excited to have them here and joining us for the show. It's going to be great. So they're going to be hanging out.
Yes.
Of course, Satine, Jameson, and of course
Mm-hmm.
our cosplay guest of honor, uh, Michael Nightmage Wilson, are going to be our judges for that event. So it
The
is
coolest.
a star-studded cosplay contest. And
Mm-hmm.
if you are into cosplay but don't feel like participating in the contest proper, for whatever reason, like we invite everybody
Yeah.
to sign up. We only have so many slots in the contest. So if you can't make it, if you miss registration, or if you just don't feel like joining the contest, you can still participate in awesome cosplay activities, because we have
Yes.
a cosplay get together before that, starting at noon. That's going to be over in the Short North Ballroom, right above registration. Everybody can get together. You can show off your costumes to, the friendly cosplay community, and share that in a much more low key environment.
Less pressure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You're not
exactly. Yeah,
impressing anybody. At that point, you're just
right.
making friends and gushing over each other's really cool carved out armor.
Yeah, exactly. That's where registration is going to be for the contest. So you go up there to register. Then at 12:40, we're going to do the cosplay parade, where anybody who wants to
Ah,
participate, not just the contestants, but anyone who wants to participate in the cosplay parade, we parade down through the concourse over to the main stage, which is on the other side of the convention hall. And so everybody gets to see all the awesome costumes that all the cosplayers have put together and done, and then we roll right into the contest. So it's going to be just a really fun cosplay setup. I know our anime area has a cosplay area too that's going to be running throughout the show.
of
Um,
course.
we're going to have some cool backdrops set up, I believe, in the exhibit hall for some options. We're going to have like a green screen and our Origins backdrops, and I think
Heck
GDX has a
yes.
couple things lined up for those too. So it just gives you some nice opportunities for your own photos. Use those for your selfie station, for your selfie
Hmm.
uh, filters
Post that on the
on the
activity
app.
feed.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely, and then share that on the activity feed. It all comes together.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much to look forward to. And having the Origins Game Fair app just makes it all very usable, very accessible, and easy to do everything that you need to. I'm very excited for all of this.
Yeah, we're excited to be offering it. We're really happy with how the apps turned out this year, and I think we're going to be continuing moving forward with this app setup with tabletop.events. Like, that combo has worked really well, and so
Mhm.
eh, we should be into for a really great show. We're really excited about all the amazing special guests, all the amazing GMs. Our volunteers are always incredible. I know we've got
Mhm.
some of our volunteers in the chat there chatting away. So nice to see you. Um, yeah, so it's just gonna be a blast, and we're
Yeah.
so
And then,
excited to have
like you
everybody show
said,
up.
those who can't attend, make sure you watch us online, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell because you're going to find out when we go live. And we're going to be live for a good chunk of time. You're going to see all of the people that are there, all of the demos, a lot of the games, just so much of the fun. And while it's not the same as being there in person, it is still going to be the coolest thing that you will see all week.
I hope so. I hope so. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a great time, right? Like like you said, if you can't make it to the show, this is the next best thing to being there. You're going to get that great experience and really get to see a lot of what has to offer, a lot of what Origins has to offer. And then we hope to see you next time.
Yeah. Well, Adam, I think we've covered just about everything in the app. And for those who might have missed the beginning, make sure that when you download it, there's going to be two Origins Game Fair apps that come up. You are looking for the one with our logo and our little dragon friend with GDEX. Very important. Get the right app. It makes all the difference. Look for a little cute friend right there. Dragon, Origins Game Fair. You get the app, log in with your tabletop .events email. Everything will come together. And then the final thing to really remember, please do not forget that when you add an event to your calendar, you're not registering for it. So I don't want anybody to be disappointed thinking like, oh, I signed up for all of these events. Why can't I? You don't know who I am?
All these events. Yeah, I start all these events. Why is it not? Nope, you got to register for your events. It says right up there, that bar, register for events, that's there for a reason. Tap on that, it'll take you right there. You can do it, and then, but if you've got friends or something that are going there and you want to be able to coordinate schedules, you could, starring your friends' events might be a handy thing to keep track of in your agenda. You can, set up a little agenda that's just, oh, here's my friend stuff, or my, whoever you're attending with, your significant other, or that sort of thing. Children. Oh, my kids. What are my kids doing? Oh, my kids are doing this. I want to make sure.
Way to figure out where they're.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got, kids under 13 must be accompanied by adult at all times. But if your 14, 15-year-old is there and you're there with your 15-year-old, well, I'd want to know where my 15-year-old. I have a 7-year-old, so she'd be on my hip the whole time. But when she's 15, I'm definitely going to want to know what event she's in and want to know where she is so that I can keep track of that sort of thing. Just the parental watchful eye to make sure she's
100%.
Yeah, having a good time.
There's going to be a lot going on. So you want to be able to figure out, okay, so like I know that they're going to be in this room over there. So like when I'm done, I can make my way over there. Like it's just designed so well, and it is incredibly useful, and everybody is going to be able to take advantage of it because Origins Game Fair is coming up. Do we have like a countdown on how many days?
We are very close. We are
I love a good countdown.
We are 2 weeks out. It's 14 days if you're an exhibitor, because Tuesday is trade day for exhibitors, or not just exhibitors, but for Gamma members. Our retail members do some very cool events there. They have their own special seminars on Tuesday and Wednesday that they get. It's business to business Gamma membership stuff, right? Like all that Gamma Game Manufacturers Association side of our organization. That's all focused on continuing education for industry professionals, right? So we have those trade day events. So they start on Tuesday. So that's really the beginning of Origins for us and them. And then events proper start Wednesday. So 15 days, depending on how you count, depending on what time it is.
Right.
14, 15 days. So yeah, it's coming up very, very close.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see everybody online, in person, whether you see my face on Origins TV or you see me in person. It is going to be marvelous. I cannot wait. Adam, do you have anything else to announce for everyone?
I think that's everything. Follow us on all the socials. We're going to be getting cool. We're going to be getting cool. Check out our TikTok channel as well, because comedian Grant Lyon is going to be doing some awesome TikTok stuff for us during the show. So keep an eye out on that. You'll see that on Origins TV too. He's going to be sending that our way. So you got couple ways to view it, but definitely an awesome opportunity there too, because that's a new venue that we're kind of expanding into as well right now, because we want to hit up all the different channels.
All the platforms.
Follow us for all the updates. Download the app. That's really like the key to everything.
If you take nothing away from this, just take away, download the app, and then have fun.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's how that helps facilitate the fun. You're going to have an easier time having all the fun that you want when you have that tool at your disposal. So
It's going to
Yeah.
be marvelous. Well, thank you so much, Adam. I know I learned a lot. I have that app downloaded. I cannot wait to be able to take advantage and use all of the features at Origins Game Fair coming up in 14 days. That just sounds, I like how that one sounds. So until then, I have been your host, B Zelda. You can find me on Twitter as at B_Zelda. But really, you should be following Origins Game Fair on absolutely everything you can, because you're not going to want to miss a single thing coming up soon. Until then, we will see you later.